The Justin Robert Young Daily Program, brought to you as always by everybody who supports us at payjurydaily.com. Oh, folks, this one was a rocky week, but you want to know what? We're going to be live on YouTube again, finally. I said that yesterday, but I also forgot to record the episode, so that meant it wasn't on YouTube. We're back on YouTube. It's going to be a good time. Kind of a little bit of a return to normalcy. I'm not flying on a Thursday. I'm not flying on a Friday. In fact, I'm not flying at all this week. I'm going to be driving down to TwitchCon. But so the con streak continues. Scoopfest, Politicon, TwitchCon. If I were a real fucking lunatic, I'd then go down to BlizzCon, but I'm not that kind of crazy because we have the live show coming up that I have to that I got to prepare for. So everybody go ahead and get your tickets, bit.ly/wavewatch. And meanwhile, we are going to do this show today. We have a great story here. In fact, it is so great that it needs a little production. So if you are only listening here on the on the podcast, I would encourage you to go to youtube.com/Justin Robert Young so you can view some of the production that we're going to do here. Because I have said consistently that the thing that separates this program, the JuRY program, from every other program on the internet, and we are a small but passionate community, is that you guys have shared stories with me that are amazing. I don't know why you guys feel comfortable sending these stories to me. I would hope it's because you feel a kinship that I share a lot of embarrassing stories about myself, and so it creates a virtuous circle where a lot of embarrassing stories are shared. But what we were going to do here, I kind of feel like was the only way that we could bring this week to a close. We got Halloween coming up. A lot of people are doing Halloween parties this weekend. But Ken decided to write us in about a childhood trauma that he suffered. And we are going to do our best to honor it. You know, we are going to do our best to make sure that we are that we are keeping with this tradition. And so here we go. This is a spoopy Halloween story of childhood trauma. Buckle up, Justin, because I have a tale to make you vomit in Halloween terror. It was the early 80s, and the concept of punks was was relatively new. At least to a Canadian mom, it was. My friends all wanted to dress up as punks, so naturally, I wanted to as well. My parents were against store-bought costumes, so they did their best to cobble together something that I remember looking like Fonzie, but with makeup. My mom looked at me and decided that I needed one last thing. She then got out her makeup pencil and drew a swastika on my forehead. Yes, creepers and ghouls. This young boy who wanted to dress up like the Sex Pistols instead is sent out into his suburban Canadian neighborhood dressed like Fonzie with makeup and a swastika on his head. My mom looked at me. I was 8, so I don't think I understood the full gravity of walking around the city dressed as Nazi Fonz. I think maybe my mom was thinking about Charles Manson, which is also worse. So I'm not sure how to process that. But Ken asked the question of the jury audience. Is Nazi Fonz worse than the mom sending him out in blackface? Is it worse? Is Nazi Fonz worse than blackface? That's the question that we will ask you on this edition of Spoopy Halloween Stories of Childhood Trauma. Didn't Sid Vicious wear a swastika shirt? Asks J.C. Calhoun. I mean, certainly, like, there is an element to the punk aesthetic that is not holding things sacred. However, I don't think that is what that suburban Canadian mom had in mind in the 80s when she sent her son out with a swastika on his forehead. Nazi Fonz. Zig. Ay. There's really no other joke that I can make going down that rabbit hole that will not be offensive. So we are instead going to move on to one of our favorite elements of the jury show. Hey, look, folks. I want to clarify what this segment is. This is how we like to end all of our weeks here. From here on out, we like to end our weeks with high thoughts. A lot of people might think, well, what is a high thought? A high thought is not necessarily something that you think of when you are high on drugs, both legal and illegal, although many times this is when they happen. But rather, this is one of those profound thoughts when you're noodling around the edges of possibility and accidentally stumble into something that is maybe more profound than you would have thought. So I would like, I guess we're going to keep it Canadian here on this Thursday. I know that a big shout out to our Canadian listeners that are indeed enjoying the new legal version of High Thoughts. But we are going to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of our favorite things to do here on the program. Welcome, friends, to High Thoughts.
Flan farts. A marriage is just a
one-man band with two people. This lift has a camera instead of a rear view mirror, and in it I can see the future
of driverless cars. I got some free gum
from a dirty club dance floor. I'm unsure of its origins, but it's still in the packaging. Is it good to eat? Thank you. For your service. I just heard a lot of thumps.
I better make sure that
Alex isn't dead.
being naked doesn't feel
As naked as being naked with your shoes on.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, if you want your high thoughts read here anonymously on the show, go ahead and send your emails in to jurydaily@gmail.com. Again, jurydaily@gmail.com. Put high thoughts in the subject line so I know where those thoughts are supposed to go. Thomas wrote in, I just thought that you should know that the way you read your producer's name makes me think of the ultimate showdown of the ultimate destiny. Specifically, Bill S. Preston and Theodore Logan, Spock, The Rock, Doc Ock, and Hulk Hogan. So I'd like to imagine that your producers all came out of nowhere, lightning fast, and they kicked Chuck Norris in his cowboy ass. By the way, our producers are The Gen, PD Rave, Non-Specific, Rock and Roll Martian, Joe Acosta, Will, Redneck Tech, James, Bill, Dustin, and middle-aged Mike. You can email me, jurydaily@gmail.com, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat @JustinRYoung, and of course, hashtag join the conversation at diamondclub.reddit.com. And you can join our Discord, Jury Discord, bit.ly/Jury Discord. Meet other friends, fans of the show, share your high thoughts. It's a fun time. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to be at TwitchCon, so will I. Follow me on social media. I will be giving a talk with Brian Brushwood at 3 p.m. in the PJ Sugar Theater. And we'll be around. Follow me. That about wraps it up for today. Wraps it up for this week. Folks, please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky. And until next week, please don't
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.